now we come to Nightwish's second album, Oceanborn. At this point in their career, the members of Nightwish were surprised by the success of their first album, especially because Angels Fall First was supposed to be a demo and ended up being just released as it was. So now you're in full studio mode, you're eager and excited to try more things, and rather than keep the same style, they wanted to expand from what they were doing. Tuomas was also having his most inspiration coming from Stratovarius, a longtime Finnish power metal band. Thus, the result is a similar sound, with its share of fast tempo, plenty of double bass heavy drumming, but at the same time, keeping it melodic. And that's what Oceanborn is. First song on Oceanborn, Stargazers. This is one of my favorite songs, period. And I just love everything about the song. It's a fast opener, yet beautiful sounding at the same time. And I was initially excited just for the fast tempo. Hey, I like fast tempo songs, give me a break. And at one point was initially turned off by what I felt like it being too operatic coming out of Tadya's voice. But the more I got used to it, the more I appreciated it, and it's still one of my favorite songs. But simply because of Tadya's high operatic vocals, this isn't one of the first songs I have a newbie listen to. The next song, Gethsemane, this song is okay. It's not one of my favorites, simply because there are better songs on this album. I like the lyric theme relating to the passion story. As one person pointed out, you can either think of it as a song about the feelings of two lovers' love for each other, or the song about Christ's love for the world that betrayed him. It does get better every time I actually give it a fair listen, though, I will say that. Third song on Oceanborn, Devil in the Deep Dark Ocean. This is one of the fastest songs tempo-wise that Nightwish did. It isn't one of their best, but it's still great from Yuka's drumming. And I will also say it was a smart move for Tuomas to have a guest do the deep male vocals that are in this song. And the duet between his low deep voice and Tadya's high voice still works well, actually. Fourth song on Oceanborn, Sacrament of Wilderness. I love this song. And this is one of the many fan favorites that still gets played live on occasion, no matter the singer or the era. And that's because it sounds great with any vocalist, and I like the tempo changes that build up in this song. And when the keys are changed to a higher note, it is an epic soothe to my ears. This is just awesome, easily one of their best songs. Enough said. And the opera. This one isn't bad. It's got a good beat to it, and I love Impu's guitar work in this one. The only thing I don't care for 100% is the middle part where Tadya does a bunch of opera chants. Now, I realize this song is called Passion and the Opera, and sure, maybe because of Tadya's operatic vocals they think it's a good idea, but it almost drags in my opinion. They could have cut out the middle portion and still left in the part where she starts singing the notes and the song climaxes at the end. That part was good. Sixth song on this, Swanheart. This is pretty much a ballad that still keeps the folk influences alive. It's not bad, but it's nothing special. It's good to add to a mix to change up the mood and the tempos, but as a standalone song, it's not one I recommend. Moondance, you can see where they get their Scandinavian influences, and I can also think of the Russian dance tunes when I think of this song. There's nothing much else to say about Moondance. It's a fun instrumental to listen to. It's short and to the point. The Riddler, on the other hand, is pretty much the most forgettable song on the album. Every time I try to listen to it, I just say, it's not worth it. It just sounds like filler. And I often skip the Riddler so I can listen to the next song anyway, which is The Pharaoh Sails to Orion. Oh, this is a forgotten gem, and it hasn't been performed live since Tadya left the band because you need the male vocals of Tapio Wilska to do it anyway. This is one of my favorites because it's fast, heavy, and epic, and it is the longest on the album. You could technically say it's their first epic song. No, I'm not counting Lapland. Okay, their first heavy epic song they did. Every time I listen to this song, it makes me wish, man, I hope they write another song like that. They were really good with this power metal song. Everything about it is just awesome on this song, and it always leaves a great impression for me. On this, Walking in the Air, it's a cover song. Now, like many cover songs Nightwish did, this one was also thought to be an original until people looked it up and realized it was a cover. Honestly, it's good but not great. It's good for a change of pace, and when it picks up near the end, it picks up some steam, but that's about it. Sleeping Sun, this ballad that closes the album, is beautiful, and I will say that both the original and the 2005 versions are awesome, but I think the re-recorded version takes the edge simply because of the quality of the recording and the easier to make out of Tadya's accent in the song. It is a great ballad that slowly gets louder and more intense, and the lyrics are a reference to the solar eclipse that happened in Europe over 1999. When I finally get to see a total eclipse of the sun, I want this song playing during totality. Now, I know this one is actually considered a bonus track, and Walking in the Air is the original closer of the album, but this song is so well known that nowadays you can't think of Oceanborn without Sleeping Sun. And also remember that in later editions of the album from 1999 to present, Sleeping Sun was included. And that's pretty much it for Oceanborn. Oceanborn as a whole nowadays is somewhat forgotten album by setlist standards, just simply because it's, one of their oldest. Sacramento Wilderness still gets played on occasion, as do Sleeping Sun and Walking in the Air as well, but the days where they played songs off this album seem to be long gone. When Nightwish resurrected the song Planet Hell, Thomas played notes off of Stargazers in Gethsemane in his keyboard solo, probably to add something new or to remind the older fans, hey, I haven't forgotten about this album. It's still one of the higher rated albums, and it's almost universally loved by fans. Thomas considers this album to be the definitive first album that Nightwish did, as Angels Fall First was a bunch of demos, technically. In some ways it shows, as that this is an album that isn't as refined in terms of songwriting, and they didn't really perfect the power metal sound until the next album. But that doesn't mean this album is bad. It's still awesome and worth checking out if you do like the Tadya era songs. And I'd love them to try and resurrect Stargazers in the setlist, since Floor Jansen can sing Tadya's range a lot more than Annette could. And I know a lot of older fans would love to hear songs like these being written again too. But as long as the albums are amazing in their own way, I will be a happy fan and still be able to enjoy Oceanborn.